I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. I'm not doing anything longer than 30 minutes for today. I think
You
that
feeling better, bro?
I think that the last week, couple weeks, like I think last 3, 4 weeks, we've gone like over an hour or so.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start saving that only for the Savage Access once we start doing head calls by the end of this month. In there, there should be 2
Mhm.
per week in there, and they'll get an hour here. It's gonna be just 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, makes sense, bro.
Just for what's up, okay, sakes. But I literally just woke up from a nap about 30 minutes ago. I slept for 2 hours last night. I slept for 3 hours the night before. So I'm up and ready to go as well. So I'll give it about another minute or two. But yeah, for those that are watching the recording as well, we did have the giveaway last night. A few members joined the giveaway, which was really, really cool to see. But like I mentioned, it was only the giveaway, so there wasn't much teaching. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Mitchell. Yeah, like I mentioned on the call, you had, I think, like 48 to 72 hours to send me a message to claim your prize. Joshua, who is the winner of the Remote Sales 101, already claimed their prize. Yeah, congrats to Joshua Burden, because I'm pretty sure Joshua got about six people inside of the Remote Sales 101 community this last month in September. And yeah, congrats to all participants who are in there, and congrats to Mitchell. Mitchell, you got about I'm going to say 28 to 30 hours left to message me before it ends up going to Ethan. So yeah, please get on that as quick as possible, or else Ethan just gets some free money in there too. So give this about another minute or so. But yeah, brother, what is going on? I saw one of your messages about inbounds, outbounds. I haven't opened really anything up because I was seeing 30 things as soon as I woke up about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, what's going on, dude? You're having breakfast. It looks pretty nice where you are too. Where are you? In a cafe
Oh,
somewhere?
yeah, I'm just in my normal cafe here. Yeah, I mean, I could walk outside and it's a pretty nice day here. So I got my routine, man. I'm back in Antigua. It was nice being at the lake for like 5 days last week, 5 or 6 days. And Neil's doing well out there. And I'm back in my routine here. I've got my cat beside me. She's great. And I started working out again in the morning, which has just like helped like so much, man. And yeah, like I'm talking to my client today or tomorrow, and so I can start another gig, and so that's gonna be good, man. And so I'm not holding
Okay.
out anything. Yeah, so that'll be nice. And I'll just do it at the exact same time. It's literally the exact same niche, exact same um script, like basically the exact same script. It's just a little bit more, and like it's looking all right, man. And so I gotta send my invoice for this month, which is cool. And but no, I'm just working away right now, getting into my routine, man. It's like 9:30 in the morning. It's not too bad.
Love it. So what's the new gig kind of look like then? It's you said it was similar to the last one, or
It's virtually the same. I thought I did
because
clarify if there was
can
conflict
you,
of interest.
yeah, for sure. Can you take us through the process then of like what you mean by like, hey, your client's getting you new gigs and such like that for those that have zero fucking clue what you're talking about too? Because yeah, there's a lot of people that it's like their first time doing outreaches, all that sort of fun stuff. So take us through the process. Like, what do you mean by your client is like finding you gigs currently or a new gig?
That's a great point, man. So let's start from the beginning. So I started working for this guy, and I am contracted with him, and so he is my client, and through him, he gets me different setting and or closing gigs. And so currently, him and I are contracted with one dating coach, and I've been working with them for since the 27th of January. And so I'm contracted with this guy. He's based out of Hungary, but then our client is based out of Miami. And so I'm contracted with the Hungarian. He's really cool. He was Laszlo's mentor. And so that's where I know him from. And 2 days ago, he messaged me saying, hey, I found another client that is the exact same niche. So it's another dating coach. There's no conflict of interest. I asked about that. And it's better communication, better systems in place. There's no ManyChat or Como or CRM, but they have their own systems in place. He sent me the script for it and the KPIs he also sent me there. And so it's very, very, I wouldn't say easy, but it's not enough work to overwhelm me to do both of the gigs. He asked me if I wanted it. I said, send me over the KPIs, send me over like starting out, is it just inbounds or just outbounds or what is it? They want a certain amount of outbounds a day. They have their KPIs of how many calls they want a day as well. And then the inbounds are coming in versus just automatic organic inbounds that I have with my current client for through comment, where there's like paid advertisement with inbounds or just natural comment CTAs. And so we're going to get on a call today or tomorrow to finalize that and then go from there.
Love it. Love it. So it's like pairing up with the other gig then, and you're kind of being able to do both of them at the same time.
Correct. I don't have to sign another contract because I'm already contracted with my client, and he gets us more work through his contacts as well. And so all it would be is me signing into another Instagram account and then going from there as long as it works for both of us there. And so it would be, they have a part-time setter. That's the only one difference. They work 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday to Friday. That's it. And so they're looking for somebody to take over in the mornings or in the afternoons for that. But it's not fixed time as well. And so again, I can work anytime I want. I just choose to work in the mornings, typically no matter where I am in the world. But then again, if I want to do something in the morning, like when on Saturday morning, when Neil and I were at the lake, we did a sunrise hike because we can. And I wanted to show him this awesome hike to watch the sunrise. And so I took the morning off as opposed to normally working. I was like, all right, let's go do a hike because we can. And so it's part of the life, man. It's great. And so I'm going to talk to him this week, which is going to be exciting. And if it falls through, then it falls through. I've had a few other closing gigs that I've been looking at, and I just want to double check and make sure that they're actually legit. And because it's obviously such a red flag when they're like, I don't know what our MRR is, or I can't tell you that unless we get on a call. And I'm like, okay, just don't waste my time. Like,
Yeah, literally, bro. Like it's just those four questions, especially when you're looking for closing, and then it just it saves you so much bullshit. Like honestly, it saves you so much
Yeah.
bullshit. You can see if the offer's legit or not as well too. So yeah, that's why I put that inside of the remote lifestyles for interview outreach. It's really just four simple questions that you ask. And then as soon as like either they answer them or don't answer them, or they say like, hey, that's totally cool. We're more than happy to answer those. Like, but here's like our Calendly, all that sort of stuff, just to be able to hop onto a call and see. And then you have those four questions. If they couldn't answer them in DMs, you have those four questions ready to go on those calls as well, especially if they're only like 10-15 minutes. But usually you can tell right away whether or not an offer is legit, depending on if the individual shows up to the meeting on time or even shows up at all to the meeting. So that does happen. But good job, dude. For those closing stuff, you can just fire away inside of the Savage Access as well for any questions, all that sort of stuff, because it's going to be a little bit easier to answer those there, especially for like stuff that's legit and things. But yeah, good job, dude. Happy to see that, especially for the upgrade that you're trying to do, going from setting over the last 3-4 years all the way up to closing. It's about fucking time, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's been too long. Let's be real.
Yeah, way too long. And we got a couple new members all in here. Jan, how are you doing, brother? Good to see you in here.
Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to meet you real time.
Yes, in real time.
Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah.
because you're in Prague right now, right?
Sorry?
You're in Prague right now, right?
Prague raid?
You're in Prague right now, correct?
Prague? No. I'm in my native town in Teplice. It's a little spa town in the north, about 80 kilometers from our capital.
Oh, okay. Well, that's is it kind of like more so in the mountains or?
It's between two mountain ranges, the Middle Mountains and the Ore Mountains. Yeah, it's pretty nice here.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Yeah. So since it's your first time hopping onto the weekly sales expo, if you want to do just like a little bit of an introduction for yourself, it shouldn't take too long, like a couple minutes or so. What you're currently doing, how you ended up finding the community as well, and what you're looking to get out from the community too.
How have I found the community? Actually, I don't remember. I think it popped up on me on someone's profile, and yeah, I've been looking for a remote job, and I'm still looking for it, and it's one of the options. Uh, and it was actually my entrance to the digital world because about a year and a half, I bought an appointment setting course
Okay.
by a guy who lives in Bali. I paid about $4,000 for it, and I didn't finish because then in the process, I discovered Skool, and I found out that there is so much stuff for free, and I actually realized that I want to build my own community, so I tried that, but many things happened in my life, in real life. So I skipped out of school, and then there was summer. The summer I devoted myself to my other projects, like brick and mortar projects of workshops, and during the summer I travel with my festival, tea room, and chill out stage. So yeah, it's it's uh, it's about uh, cutting off some things and concentrating on something. So yeah, and now I just now the winter comes, the winter season. So I'm it brought me back to remote sales. That's why I'm here.
I love it, dude. I love it. Well, it's all part of the journey as well. Like I've gone
Yeah.
through it myself. Like I've been now in the game. I've been oh gosh. When did I quit corporate now back in around 2017. So I went to broadcasting school. I went to trade school over in Canada
Hmm.
after getting my first little piece of paper that said that I could do like criminology or something like that. But it was pretty much useless. Like it had pretty much the same qualifications as just walking in and getting a minimum wage job essentially.
Hmm.
Or if I wanted to be a police officer, government worker, all that sort of stuff. But I lived with a police officer for over 25, 30 years, my dad.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't really something that I really wanted to do anymore or really
Yeah.
wanted to pursue either. But yeah, man, like I fell in line with it about 8 years ago. After I quit my corporate job, I worked for a multi-billion-dollar corporation in Canada, a company called
Hmm.
Rogers, who does telecommunications, cell phones. They control because we I think I sent you over the Yarmer Jaeger gift when you came in, right?
I'm not
That was
sure.
a while. That was a while ago for your intro
Mhm.
message. I'm pretty sure it was you that I sent the
Okay.
Yarmer Jaeger GIF over,
Okay.
GIF or whatever. But yeah, so the company that I worked at, they control the rights of ice hockey in Canada. That's how big it is.
Okay.
So yeah, man, like you're gonna ebb and flow. Your things are gonna happen sometimes, but I'm glad you're here though, brother. That you're able to come back in as well.
Perfect.
And yeah, man, I guess you almost kind of learned your lesson from investing in someone that's in Bali, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was time to time I invest to crypto. I first discovered Bitcoin in the early stages. My friends who were in IT sphere told me, "Hey, buy Bitcoin," but I didn't know how. So I bought vinyls for my DJ playing inside of it, and yeah, then I skipped back in 2017. So I bought something, and time to time I invest. I was also interested in trading and investing, but I don't want to just sit in front of the screen and check graphs, etc. So
You don't want
yeah,
to do that. You don't want to just see greens and reds all day, go up and down. You don't want to just see lines,
yeah,
just stare at
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Neither,
yeah.
neither do I. But hey, vinyls though, switching between like it's kind of like hard pressing switching between like vinyls or Bitcoin, especially like what 2015 or 2014 or so, making that choice kind of hurts on the inside. But hey, vinyls are not the worst things to invest in either. Because I'm walking
Yeah,
around
yeah.
here in France where I am right now. I walked by some market over in Lyon yesterday, and I see vinyls, dude. They're going for like 16, 24, like 30 plus euros for vinyls,
Yeah.
which is just like absolutely insane because in Canada, only maybe like 10 years ago, you couldn't like get rid of them. You couldn't even sell them and such. No one even really
Mhm.
wanted them. either. But now the prices have all gone up for them, but not as much as Bitcoin at the end of the day. But it's still better than like investing into other things as well.
Yeah.
Too. But yeah, man, I'm glad you're here as well. Have you had a chance to go through the level 2 program, which is the remote lifestyles program, quite yet inside of the classroom?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I think you're muted right now.
It's automatically.
Yeah, when you switch pages sometimes when you switch pages or whatever, it might glitch. I don't know if you're on the app or if you're on like the desktop version or not for it. But it's one of those things with Skool as well. But in the remote lifestyles program, which is a level 2 unlock, it's the classroom program that has kind of the colorful picture. You're going to be able to see that within the classroom once we're done here. But inside there, if you haven't already started your interview outreach quite yet, because from what it sounds like, you already have a setting program. You kind of already understand a little bit of the lingo, what's going on, all that sort of fun stuff. Have you worked on a role before?
Sorry.
Have you worked on a role before, like a setting role?
I just practiced mock calls and role plays and stuff like this.
Okay. So, but not quite yet. You haven't been on like a role yet, setting for like an offer yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Nope, not yet. No, that's all good, dude. It's all good. That's why I recommend to go through and get a little bit warmed up as well. There's some members inside of the Savage Access that are really good and have some pretty good setting roles as well, including Carlos. He landed a gig pretty recently after joining the remote Savage Access. And you can check out his interview as well. It's one of the student success interviews. He landed a role, I think it was back in September 8th or something like that. And he wouldn't tell anyone, but he got a $10,000 close on his very first day on his new role, which was pretty cool for setting. So he's a pretty good guy to kind of look after on the setting side. Another one is Matthew inside of the remote Savage Access too. He just landed a new offer a couple weeks ago. He's working on a $5 million offer as well. So and I think he's had a couple closes too. One of them in his first 2 days, he had a $4,000 close as well through setting on his brand new offer, which is pretty cool as well. But then the best thing to do if you want to get warmed back up, if you don't have that setting program anymore, or if you don't really want to look at it, or you don't really vibe with whoever's teaching it anymore, a really good one is once you get to level 4 inside of the remote sales one-on-one community, you can check out the 10K setter program. It's for free. It's taught by Ethan. So the one that's just to your left on the screen. It's a super valuable program because he's going to be teaching you about like outbounds, inbounds, rapport building, all that sort of fun stuff. Pretty much like it might even be more valuable than what you paid for in that program for Bali. But I haven't been in it yet, so I can't really say that. But what he teaches in it is pretty valuable. He shares about $15,000 to $20,000 worth of closes that he's had too on a previous offer that he's worked on. So it's a super valuable program. But how you get there is by getting to level 4 in the remote sales one-on-one community. Pretty much you just get there. You already know the gist of Skool. You started your own community. It's pretty much just engaging, commenting a couple times. But as soon as you get up there, that's a super valuable program too. But since you already have some experience inside of the remote lifestyles program, which is unlocked at level 2, you're going to be able to see one of the last modules, which is I believe the interview outreach method. So you're going to be able to see what kind of numbers you should be doing for outreach, how you should be doing outreach for interviews. And you're going to be able to see some of the numbers in there. I believe it's around 25 to 30 per day of offers you should be reaching out to on a week by week basis, max 2 weeks, 5 days a week. So within 20 days, you should be reaching out to 250 offers. Out of 250 offers, you should be getting on to at least 10 to 15 interviews. And then from those 10 to 15 interviews, you should be getting 3 to 4 different offers. So either setting offers, closing offers, whatever you really want to get onto. And then you can be picky as well. So you can be picky with what role that you want to be able to land on. That's why Carlos was able to get such a good gig right away. That's why Matthew was able to get such a good gig right away, because they had that abundant mindset after going through the interview outreach method in the level 2 remote lifestyles program, that it was just such a no-brainer for them to be able to pick and choose where they're going. But yeah, man, like I'm super stoked that you're here as well, and you joined the Remote Savage Access yesterday, because tomorrow I'll be doing that announcement in about 10 minutes or so from now, because tomorrow is going to be the last day for the big discounts and before the price investment goes up as well. So you timed it pretty well with it. So yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. But yeah, like I mentioned, like once you start getting your wheels in order and getting back in the gist of things, it takes sometimes a little bit of time to be able to do that. But yeah, man, good for you for hopping in, and I'm happy to see you here as well, and nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'm gonna butcher your name, dude. I am so sorry. It's your first time here as well. Ayu Pulela, how you doing, brother? I saw that your hands raised up.
I'm good. Can you hear me
Good.
correctly?
I can hear you. I don't see you though.
My camera's a bit of a mess right now. I'm trying to upgrade my PC, so
There you go.
the
It's all
lighting-
good. It's all good. How you doing, brother? Good to see you on here.
I'm good. So
Good.
I'm
Whereabouts you calling in from?
I'm calling from South Africa,
South Africa. Nice, man. Like Johannesburg or?
Durban.
Oh, okay. Is that just south of Johannesburg or a bit more west?
It's below Johannesburg.
Below? Okay, it's a bit more south. Okay, nice, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome. You want to do a little bit of an introduction, like how you ended up finding the community? Are you currently working on a role as well? And yeah, man, a little bit of an intro for yourself.
All right. So I'm 17. I found the community through IG Reels, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. And then
Nice. Which reel? Do you remember what reel it was?
I don't exactly remember. I just clicked on the bio, signed up to the community, and then I've been hustling ever since. I just finished a course on Impact Team. Do you know Yash and Andreas, their course?
Oh, Andreas. Yeah, I know Andreas. He's like 18, right?
Yeah, I just completed their course, and
Yeah.
through that, I've managed to book a meeting today at 7 with a potential client if I do perhaps sign them.
Nice, man. Good for
Um,
you.
yeah, so do you have any tips that I could use perhaps, or
Well, for based from Andreas' program, how is Andreas's program, by the way? Because I've had a couple members already go through some of it as well. Because it's just kind of like it's on Discord, isn't it, or is it on another platform?
it's on Warp, and then the continuation of it, or some type of variant, is also in Discord.
Ah, okay. And how are you finding that program so far? Likewise, is it like very valuable? Is it worth the investment? Because it's what, like $99 a month or something?
Oh no, I haven't. No, there's a free one and then there's a premium version. I've currently just completed the free version, and I found value, a lot of value.
Nice, man. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, like, especially for jumping in and already getting, because it's your first interview that you're hopping onto today, right?
Yeah, it's my first. I've been cold calling for 2 weeks and getting rejected over and over again until I
Oh,
finally
they
landed
make you
one.
guys cold call as well?
Oh no, I run my own agency. I'm using
Okay.
the systems to run my own agency. So I've been
Okay.
cold calling for my own agency.
Like an agency, as in like a social media marketing agency, or like a website agency, or what's kind of the background for
Web
it?
design. It's a web design agency, but we also specialize in Google SEO optimization.
Good for you, man. Good for you. That's pretty cool and pretty exciting as well. I've had quite a few friends go down that line. One of my old students from like a few years ago, a gentleman named Cameron, a really good place to find my interview with him. I think I did that back when I was living in Ucluelet on the west coast of Vancouver Island. He made roughly around $100,000. He was my first like six-figure student. Such a great kid. He went to the same high school as me, and he found me on an advertisement through Iman Gadji, who
Oh,
owns WOB. So yeah, he found an ad with me in it that Iman featured because yeah, I've been in the game for a little bit. Like I've invested in Iman Gadji. Like I've been to his house too. I spent a weekend with him as well. He's a great guy. That was back in about 2018, 2019. And then he ended up being the owner of WAP. He ended up being a multi-billionaire as well.
yeah.
But I knew deep down as soon as I went over to his place, like, hey, this kid's going to be onto something like very special. So yeah. So one of my best students, he found me in an ad that Eman did where he was Eman interviewed me on my social media marketing agency because I've been in the game for a little bit, a little while. So that was about 5-6 years ago or so. One of my best students, Cameron, he did web design, web business, SEO too. He just exited his company out in Vancouver. He had a pretty nice office in Yaletown, which is kind of like the posh area of downtown Vancouver over in Canada. He just exited his company. I think he just sold it for about $2.53 million. So it's a pretty good gig, dude, especially for web design getting started. Do you already have a portfolio for it with like some different examples, either through like Canva or one of the website builders that you're doing?
I usually just do mockups on Reloom and just try to sell that to the clients. And most of the time, they should like it. If they don't, I can face whatever objections they have.
Cool, dude. Have you gone through the remote sales blueprint quite yet in the classroom?
Not yet, but I am gonna go through it tomorrow because I'm free. So I'm just gonna do it the whole day.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, that's my first recommendation. Go through the remote sales blueprint, go through the action steps in there because it's actually going to give you a little bit more information too, to be able to take more action on what you're currently doing. Because it falls in line right with it. It's all about remote living. It's about having either a remote business or a remote based lifestyle as well. Then once you're done that, you can then open up, because that's how the action steps within the remote sales blueprint are designed, so that you can then open up level 2 inside of the remote sales 101 community, which will then open up the remote lifestyles program. So what I was just mentioning over to Jan just a few minutes ago, inside of the remote lifestyles program, once you go through that, because it's just there to prep you on how you can become fully remote tomorrow, cover all your bases. But one of the last modules inside of the remote lifestyles program is the interview outreach method, so that you don't really necessarily have to do like cold calling, all that sort of stuff. Cold calling is really good. I actually have a pretty good cold call video where I close people for meetings, all that sort of stuff on my YouTube page too, when I was running my social media marketing agency like 6-7 years ago. But with cold calling, dude, it's all a volume game. So how many calls are you doing per day?
Currently, since I have school, I usually do 10 calls per day, which amounts to about, I think, like 30 or 50 calls a week.
Okay, well, my first piece of advice after going through the remote sales blueprint and after going through the remote lifestyles program, you got to bump those numbers up, dude. Like 50 calls, I can get that done in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure
It's
I
a
will
volume
try.
it's a volume thing with it. So if you're doing like 10 calls a day, you're going to be facing people that are doing like 150 to 200 calls a day. That's the thing with
Yeah,
cold calling. If you're going to be focusing just on cold calling, doing 10 calls a day ain't going to cut it, because I can do that literally like probably in less than 10 minutes. I could probably do that in 6 minutes. And if someone picks up the phone, because usually people don't pick up the phone either. People that pick up the phone, especially for cold calling, so 1 in 20 or 1 in 25 of people that you're going to actually be able to pick up the phone. So if you're dialing 100 people, you're only going to have like 4 conversations. Out of those 4 conversations, 2 or 3 of them might actually tell you to go, pardon my French here, but they might tell you to go fuck yourself and just hang up the phone on you, which happens, dude. It happens all the time. Like I've been through it. Everyone goes through the ringer with it, but then you might get 1 booking with it. But that's with 100 calls, dude. That's just with the volume and the numbers. And that's just to be honest, because if you're doing 10 calls a day, it's going to take you literally 10 days in order to get that same amount of feedback. And the thing with this business, dude, and the thing with working online is it's all about speed at the end of the day. So if you're doing 100 calls a day, that's going to stack. That's 500 calls a week. And so 100, that's 500 calls a week. That's 2,000 calls a month. So that should be booking you 20 meetings a month if you're doing literally 2,000 calls a month to brand new people. But yeah, man, those 3 things. But dude, just like for your interview, when is it? It's in a couple hours from now, or like?
It's in an hour from now, exactly an hour from now.
Exactly an hour from now. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Well, dude, honestly, man, like for me, like, especially like just go in just like very nonchalantly. You're gonna be nervous for it. It's your first one. You're going to fuck up, bro. Like you're literally gonna fuck up. It's your first one. I'm sure you have a script for it as well, just to kind of go through. Run through the script 15 to 20 times before the call. As soon as we're done here, run through the script just so that it's very punctual. It's very natural as well. You're going to be given curveballs. So a curveball is like, hey, they might like start asking you a question right when you're in the middle of trying to dig information out from them too. Kind of ignore that. Set the frame, set the tempo right in the start of the call as well. But literally, dude, like honestly, man, just enjoy it too. Especially congrats on getting your first one. That's always the hardest thing is to get your first actual like sales call or discovery call or whatnot. That's always the hardest thing to do is that first one. But you just have to like remain consistent with it. It's a long-term game, not a short-term game. You're gonna have bursts of energy that go like, hey, one way, one day, and then other days you're gonna feel like you don't want to do anything. It's those days that you don't feel like doing anything and doing those 100 calls. If cold calling is your outreach method, it's those days that you don't want to do it. It's those days that you don't want to go to the gym. It's those days that like you don't want to make like that the food for yourself that you're going to get the most benefits out of it. But yeah, man, those three things, literally those three things, man. Remote sales blueprint. I know you're hopping into that tomorrow. Then go through the remote lifestyles for the interview outreach method. While it might seem like it's for setting or closing positions, the outreach method also works too if you run your own web design or agency style business as well. You just have to switch from reaching out to like people looking for setters or people looking for closers to people looking for web design. It's literally the same thing. It's evergreen. And then the third thing, dude, just increase the volume, man. But that was a really good question, bro. I'm really happy that you're here. I'm really excited and good luck with that. Post inside of the remote sales one-on-one community, dude. Post inside there the results with the call and record the call as well. Record it, post it inside of the group and community. And yeah, man, I can give some feedback on it too.
All right. Can you send a link to your cold calls that you used to do in SMMA so I can just take a quick look at that?
Absolutely, man. Hey, I posted it inside of the community, but that was like 2 months ago or 3 months ago or so. I will tag you in it once this call is done. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Bam, bam, dude. Bam, bam. Awesome, dude. Welcome, man. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. And then we got Riz. Riz. Didn't see you last week, Riz. How are you doing? I think you are on a different page, just like what Yan was doing before. Riz, what's going on? I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm at work, so I can kind of talk a little bit. But I mean, things have been, yeah, I mean, they're going, they're definitely going. It's not optimal what I'm going through, but it's definitely a lesson and a learning experience. So, kind of how I talked to you earlier about like with my card and everything, like I'm still sifting through all that, but I'm still, yeah, it might be a side hurdle, but I'm still going,
Heck yes. So what do you
Yeah.
mean, like you're at your job, like your physical, like brick and mortar style job, or is it
Yeah.
on the other? Okay.
No,
Now,
yeah.
how is the outreach doing for new interviews and such? How's that going?
Honestly, like I didn't table it, but I haven't been like actively doing it just because how I'm still like getting the random phone calls and the people like reaching out to me about stuff I have nothing about. Like it kind of feels like my identity was stolen. I just haven't gotten like anything as far as like, somebody's like applied for a house in my name or anything like that. But it's definitely unpleasant. And so I've kind of like shifted my focus to doing that to just try to make sure that I'm not getting screwed over. And then I'm still on this other offer. Like it's slow, that lending offer, it is slow. I've had traction. But it's it's going. So I actually wanted to send you a link about it just because I wanted you to kind of take a look because he has like um he's kind of getting a little social media presence and a YouTube channel. So I don't know if I should still, with everything that's going on, I don't know if I need to continue doing it or if I should just divert my efforts elsewhere.
Okay. That's a good question. So yeah, post that inside of Savage Access. That's why you're in the Savage Access. Post that in there because I can give you voice notes like literally within like a couple minutes after doing that as well. But
Okay.
like I mentioned, I know that it's a huge step back from a couple weeks ago with the whole identity thing. Like it's annoying. I've been through it at least 2 or 3 times myself. I've been through that as well. Really funny story was when both Ethan and we both went to this. I don't know. I think we both like went to this restaurant or the same restaurant, or we ordered like the same bad. What's the? Is it called Gojek? It's called Gojek in Bali, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Gojek. Yeah, it took me a second as well. I was like, wait a minute, what is it? We either ordered something like either our cards got compromised either through Gojek or through a restaurant. But I had to go through that same thing when I was in Bali, and then when I was in Japan, I had about like $3,500 worth of fraud of someone in Toronto ordering Uber Eats through one of my cards, and my card didn't even tell me that I was ordering stuff over in Toronto when they knew perfectly well where I was. I was using the card all the time while I was in Indonesia, while I was out in Thailand, while I was in Japan, while I was in Korea. I was using the card all the time. But hey, apparently this guy ate super well on me for about 3 weeks over in Toronto in Canada, when I've only been to Toronto once in my life, and that was only for an overnight, because that's a part of Canada I have zero interest in going into. But yeah, so I've been through that before, especially with the cards. It's sometimes a little bit annoying when you're traveling, but you're at home with it too, so it's like it's very easy for you to be able to cut ties to a lot of different things. It's rough to be able to go through that as well, so I feel you for that one too. But yeah, once you start getting your legs up, and again, it's going to be going back to basics for yourself, especially with that offer. So yes, send over the links inside of the Remote Savage Access. That's why you're in there. You're paying for that one, just so that you have more of that personal feedback too. And also, Riz, we need to schedule our one-on-one since you're in month 2 of the Remote Savage Access. So remember to send me a message as well too on Skool, and book through the calendar as well once you have time for that. Once we're done with this call, you can schedule that in either for sometime this week or next week. So that's the second thing. Now, the third thing, Riz, is, like I mentioned, both to Jan and Ayub Balela as well, is to go through the Remote Lifestyles program, that level 2 unlocked program. Go down to the bottom, one of the last modules. You will be able to see the interview outreach method. There, you should be able to get warmed up a little bit more. Since you're already on an offer and you're already kind of warmed up too, especially in the setter side, it's going to be a lot easier for you to reach out to new people and such. It won't take you very long versus someone who's just starting from scratch. It won't take you very long to do that, Riz. It might take you max like 20 to 30 minutes, while it might take someone else who's starting again, it might take them like an hour just to be able to get used to it over a couple days before kind of prioritizing their time. So yeah, pretty much like those 3 things essentially, Riz. Post inside of the Remote Savage Access, the socials, all that sort of fun stuff with the current link that you're working on. Second is to schedule that one-on-one. Since you have that one-on-one from the Remote Savage Access for month number 2, schedule that. You already have the Calendly link in your Messenger in Skool. And then number 3, Riz, is just kind of like taking that step back and already going through the interview outreach method. Exactly what Matthew was able to do, how he was able to land a $5 million role, how Carlos was able to do it as well. And he ended up getting a $10,000 close, Riz, on his very first day on his new offer too. And yeah, even Ethan is still going through that as well, because Ethan's almost kind of starting from scratch again, wanting to become a closer. So it's something that's very different for him as well, because he hasn't really needed to do this stuff before, because I helped him get one of his first setting gigs about 3-4 years ago. And then he literally, Ethan's just gotten jobs just from referrals, because that's how badass he is at being a setter and as a person. So he literally just gets referrals all the time because of the work that he does. But yeah, if you're not getting referrals, all that sort of stuff, that's what the interview outreach method is for. It's for people that are just either getting started, or you don't have any referrals ready to go either, because you should be able to kind of like get the wheels underneath yourself and to get it done yourself. And one of the reasons why I have that in the outreach for the Remote Lifestyles program, it's so that you can get warmed up as a setter as well. So it's really beneficial, so that when you hop onto a new offer, you're not like cold turkey. You've already done some outreach at least for a week or 2 before, warmed yourself up, so that nothing ends up being shocking at the end of the day too. So yeah, Riz, was I able to kind of like clarify that for you?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Well, how long are you at work for? Did you just arrive at your job just like an hour ago or so, or what?
Yeah, I've been here probably like 2 hours now, and then I have a meeting at
Yeah.
my son's school, so I have to log off and do that. So it's
Yep.
things are happening, but I'm still
It-
my ultimate thing is like because I was just like talking to myself about it. I was like, if everything just hits the fan, I'm just gonna like return to base center and just start over from scratch. Like I can at least do that, because I was just like, I don't like how everything is happening, but it's happening for a reason. So I know I won't get tripped up the next time.
Exactly. You always learn the lessons, like either through yourself, your own mistakes, or learn through other people too. That's why I also mentioned inside the mindset program in the remote sales blueprint, sometimes it's good to take a step back and go back to basics, essentially. Because when you take a step back, go back to basics, you're already so much further ahead, Riz, than you were a month ago. You're already way, way further ahead. You just have to like sometimes see yourself from that third perspective, from a little bit of a higher up way, and see how
Mhm.
you actually progressed over the last month, learning those lessons as well too, because those lessons, they happen for a reason. They do happen for a reason as well. So exactly what you mentioned, and either that you can avoid it for next time, or that you learn those lessons so that you know what to kind of stay away from as well too. But yeah, I'm happy to see you back in here, Riz, putting your head down and getting back into work. But yeah, use the Savage Access. Like I mentioned, use the Savage Access. There's a whole bunch of great people that are in there too. And yeah, you're able to get more say information, and you're able to get more clarification from people that are in there, because I like sending voice notes a little bit more. That's why we haven't started the private community quite yet on Skool, because that's a function they're coming out shortly. But you get more feedback, everything all right away. So yeah, other than that, did you have any other further questions for me on your end while you're at work?
No, nothing that I can think of. Like if I do think of something or if I come up with something, I'll definitely reach out though.
Do it inside of the Savage Access. That's what you're there for. But yeah, guys, I've been on here for about 13 minutes longer than what I am supposed to be. I just wanted to do a little bit of an announcement as well, because for those that are watching the recording too, I just want to say that tomorrow is the very, very last day. And I'm going to repeat that. Tomorrow is the last day. So October 3rd. I don't know if it's going to be midnight my time or another time. I have to see what my Stripe is set up for. I don't quite know if it's for Pacific time or it's for Central European time for where I am right now. But the remote Savage Access, the 90% discount, is closing tomorrow. And also, the investment is jumping 33%. It's going from $33 per month for your second month. So you get 90% off your first month, less than a cup of coffee. You get that for your first month inside of the Remote Savage Access. I am cutting that out because now we have 21 members inside of the Remote Savage Access, which is just crazy to me. We only started about 6-7 weeks ago and have already had such amazing results in there. So I'm cutting out the discount, and I am also going to be increasing the investment from 33 per month to 44 per month for new members as well. So if you're on the fence about joining the Remote Savage Access, now is the time to jump in for tomorrow. October 3rd will be your last chance to get the 90% discount and to get the legacy investment model, where you will only have to invest $33 per month moving forward. Because the Remote Savage Access, it is going to $44 per month, and I already know that it's going to be jumping to much, much higher afterwards for it too, because of the new programs that I'm going to be putting into the Savage Access. And once we are off of Skool, or once we're off of the private community on WhatsApp, I'd like it for voice messages, all that sort of stuff. But now it's time to start building out a private Skool community for it, so that you guys can hop on in. And I already have some really, really high class programs in there that are going to be exclusively only for the Remote Savage Access, just to make things easier for the members that are in there too. And there's going to be more exclusivity. Once we hop into the Skool community is when I can start doing live calls, and as well inside of the Remote Savage Access, there'll be 2 available per week in there, versus the 30-minute call on here. There'll be 2-hour calls that are going to be inside of the Savage Access coming up once we have that Skool community built out. Maybe by the end of this month. It depends on on. It depends mostly on the place that I'm going to. I'm traveling over to Basel in Switzerland in a couple days from now, so I'm going to be there for about 2 or 3 weeks. That is when I'm going to be finalizing one of the big programs inside of the Savage Access too. So yeah, that should be fully released, fully done from there. But yeah, other than that though, I'm super excited for you guys that are already in the Savage Access, and I'm super excited for those that are watching this right now and they want to hop in tomorrow. It is your last chance. Like I mentioned, it's your last chance to hop in for less than a cup of coffee for your first month. And yeah, to get the ball rolling, either land your first gig, but the whole goal of the Savage Access is to scale up your current gigs once you land those opportunities, because you should be able to already land an offer with the information already in the Remote Sales 101 community, especially in the interview outreach method in the Remote Lifestyles program, the level 2 unlock. You should be able to land a gig. And the goal of the Savage Access is to scale up your remote income from that $2,000 to $3,000 per month, jump into $5,000 to $10,000 per month, just like what Ethan was able to do in there too, just like what Matthew is on pace for too, and just like what Carlos is on pace for too. And if you guys haven't checked out Carlos's interview, it's inside of the Skool community. Just type in Carlos in the search bar. You're able to see how Carlos was able to land one of his first gigs utilizing those same principles, and also how he closed a $10,000 deal on his first day, and how he made more money than a doctor's wage in his own country. A full-time monthly salaried doctor, he made more in one single day than what a full-blown doctor makes in a whole month, just by doing remote sales, which is absolutely super, super cool to see. But before I hop off, crew, do you guys have any questions for me on the top of your end before hopping off here? I've been here for about 17 minutes too long. I got an appointment in about 2.5 minutes or so. Anyone with any quick questions or quick comments, you guys can raise your hand in there, or say no, or forever hold your peace. No questions from the Gatito, so that's good. That is good. Awesome. Guys, I'm excited for this next week. Let's slay it for this next week. Jan, like I mentioned, start going through the remote lifestyles. You're going to be able to see the interview outreach method. It's the same for you. Ayu Bulela as well. Start going through the remote lifestyles outreach method. You're going to be able to land so many interviews very quickly over the next 1 to 2 weeks. That's the first thing to be able to get started from, is in there. And yeah, for any questions, you're in the Savage Access. Feel free to send any messages in there. Ethan literally answers messages right away. I answer messages right away that are in there. It's a great community, great people that are in there as well. Ayu Bulela, I'm going to tag you in the cold calling video that I have on my YouTube from about like 7 years ago or something like that. And you can see me live close out cold calling meetings on there too. So I'm going to be doing that. And Riz, I want to have our one-on-one shortly. You already have my calendar link. So let's hop on to that, Riz, as well. And yeah, guys, let's nail this week. And I will see you guys inside of the community, okay?
Good to see you all. Take care, right?
Later.